All right, I think we are good. What is going on, Navigation Nation? It is so good to have all of you back here in the navigation station. Welcome back. If any of you are new, welcome for the first time. As you guys saw by the thumbnail, we're going to be talking all about the future of investing in modern Pokemon cards here tonight. Now, if you guys listen to our podcast, which dropped today, which I'll get to that in a second, then you guys already heard a little bit about this actual conversation, and it's something that has been on my mind a lot lately. And also my fellow purveyor, Jules, we have talked about this quite a bit. But before we jump into that, guys, first thing that I want to do here is go ahead and give me a thumbs up in the live chat. If the sound, if the mic, if everything sounds good to you. I know last week when we did the box break, I know there was some technical difficulties there. Music was too loud, it was too quiet. So I just want to make sure tonight that everything sounds good. I want like a good balance between the music and the mic. So just let me know what you guys think of tonight's setup and if everything sounds good. I got the jams for you, but I don't want to jam them too heavy. And hope everybody is doing good tonight. All right, we're getting some thumbs up in there. Excellent. That is what I like to see. All right, guys, let's go ahead and say hi to people rolling in here in this live chat. Devin Jensen, Ryan Whittemore, of course, my boy Jules. We got PokeKid92, Cody Brooks, Scottamon G, Michael Harris. We've got Bad Heaven 22 rolling in again. Gimpit, Ryan Whittemore. I already said Ryan. We get 2 shout outs. Pedro, James Chris VA, and of course the lovely Lindsay Bride. All right, guys. Yeah. So as I said, tonight, not only are we going to be talking about modern Pokemon card investing and the future of that, but the other thing is we're going to be deciding, hopefully for the last time, who our big winner of the 5,000 subscriber giveaway was. As you guys know, if you guys haven't seen yet, the last winners, they did not claim their prize. So last week we selected 2. We selected a winner and then a runner up, and neither of them reached out to me, which is really, really surprising because I figured the gifts, the prizes that we had in store from that guy right over there, well, one of them, and booster packs, 8 booster packs, that I feel like that would have been enough. But hey, nonetheless, it gives you guys a second chance at winning those prizes. So if you guys are just joining in, you have no idea what I'm talking about, go over to my channel, go to the 5,000 subscriber giveaway video. You'll see in the video description the rules to get yourself entered into that giveaway. 1, you got to be subscribed to my channel. You got to be subscribed to Commander Curtis's newsletter. And then 3rd, to the Pokemon Purveyors podcast, which myself and my boy Jules host. And then on top of that, hashtag 5,000 navigators, comment that down below. I think what we're going to go ahead and do here tonight, we'll get into about 30 minutes or so of question and answer, and then I'll jump in and we will select another winner. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in to these questions. So as I said, guys, big topic for tonight, future of modern. I guess I should preface this real quick. The reason that the reason we discuss this so heavily on the podcast, and the reason that I'm discussing it here tonight, is one of my good friends and fellow PokeTubers, man, that is a tongue twister, sent me some photos. He's a part of several sealed collector groups, and really just collector groups in general. And he's been sending me pictures of people who have hordes and hordes of ultra modern products stacked up. I mean, from floor to ceiling. And I just see this again and again and again. And it's kind of concerning in a way And so, with a lot of things coming out recently, we've got Shining Fates that's slated for February. You've seen innumerable videos on whether you should pre-order or not. I talked about it in my video on Wednesday. And then now we've got the new trademark filed for V-Union. We've got a lot of stuff going on in the modern realm. Also, we've got reprints. I saw today the rumor going around about Evolutions getting a reprint. I'm not even really going to give an opinion on that because I think it's just complete fallacy, to be quite honest with you. I think it's just another gimmick for people trying to maybe spread rumors. And until I see something much more definitive, I'm not going to give a whole lot of credence to that. But nonetheless, guys, these pictures that I've been getting, all of this, the correspondence, and I've seen it myself. It makes me wonder, where is the future of modern investments? Where is this all going to go? Because we exist in a different time now than we did back in even 2010, and especially 2000. And so it's a good question as to where the future, if you're trying to invest in modern and ultra modern products, what should your expectations be? So that's kind of what I want to get into here tonight and see what all of you have to say. Conrad Evans Show, welcome to the live stream, my friend. Good to have you here. All right, let's see what questions we got. Yeah, Scottamon G, I'm keeping it cash tonight. Keeping it casual tonight. Don't let the hat fool you. We're still getting down to business. Always getting down to business. So Bad Heaven 22 says, what is your opinion on no more staff cards? It's an interesting choice for sure. Interesting choice. I thought that Pokemon might be playing more into the collector. Well, I don't think they really care a whole lot about people who are investing, but to the collectors out there, I thought Pokemon was actually starting to take a turn to appease more collectors. And now that we've got this word of no more staff cards, it seems like that idea can just be thrown out the window. I mean, I like it, obviously, from an investment standpoint. It's one of those little trademarks that you like to see. But again, it doesn't seem like the Pokemon Company is really concerned about, appealing to that demographic, which, to be quite honest with you, I've said it before. I didn't really think that they wanted to. Their main focus is to the competitive play people, and beyond that, they might have certain cards out there that might appeal to collectors. Things on the Pokemon Center like the special delivery Pikachu, special delivery Charizard. But I think that the fact that they're going away from it just goes to show that their priorities lie with the competitive play arena. All right, let's see. DB Cards, what is going on, my friend? Thoughts on Japanese VS series? The Charizard from this set seems super underrated. You guys know my sentiments on Japanese cards, and this is something I'll just go ahead and lay it out right here. And if you listen to the podcast, you would have heard this as well. But the direction that Pokemon is heading as far as modern and the way that investors are hoarding a lot of product, to me, the only real way to make money or to have this a worthwhile business venture, if that is all that you're focusing on, then you have to look at more exclusive products. You have to look at products that are undervalued. It's one of the big reasons why I have a video and a series on undervalued cards, because a lot of the time, and for many people out there, modern is all they can afford. And I totally get that. I totally understand that. But at the same time, I think with what we're seeing here, you just have to be, you have to have a little bit different strategy as to how you go about investing or collecting modern products if you want a long-term viable business venture. And that's where things like Japanese exclusive products, commemorative products, these are products out there that you can still invest in from a modern standpoint, but also have good upside potential because it's not mass produced. It's not something that is released to the rest of the world. And it's something that you're not seeing a ton of reprints with either. And so I think that's the big thing here. And one thing that I hope that you guys take home is that if you are going to invest in modern and ultra modern, now is a really good time to try to get in on some of those lesser known products, those products that most people aren't looking at and that the masses aren't looking at. And right there, the Japanese VS series, these are another example of products, modern products, that you guys can take a look at and that you can get in on. And so that's just another thing that I want to stress here with modern and ultra modern. Start looking at undervalued products. If you go back to vintage, yeah, you could probably invest in pretty much anything vintage and it's going to appreciate over time because you don't run the risk of reprints. There's no more of those products coming out. But with modern and ultra modern, you've got to be a little bit more tactical in your strategy. CJ, do work. I'm glad you are enjoying the podcast, man. And for any of you else, any of you others out there that haven't listened to the podcast yet, I mean, if you guys like these live stream Q&As, you guys will love the podcast. A lot of the stuff that I talk about here on the live stream, we talk about on the podcast. This conversation here tonight, we went into great depth on this on the podcast as well. So I would definitely consider checking it out. James Chris VA, what do you do with your low graded Pokemon cards? Sell them or hold on to them? It really depends on the card itself. So there are some lower grade cards. If you guys haven't watched yet, I've got a video out there where I basically break down whether you should have a card graded in the first place or not. And I break it down into tiers where it's basically tier 4 to 1. Tier 4 would be, only grade that card if you're really sure that it's going to come back in a PSA 10. Or tier 3 would be graded if it's going to come back in a PSA 9. Tier 2 is going to be, would be like gem mint status. Those are the type of cards that still have really good upside potential even in a near mint status. I think I said gem mint, near mint status. And then tier 1 would be graded no matter what condition it's in. So I would say it really just depends on the card itself and what kind of upside potential it has. If you've got even let's say a first edition base set Charizard and it comes back in a PSA 1, that thing still has really good upside potential. I've seen those go for over $1,000 in a PSA 1. So it really just depends. And then there's other cards out there, again, talking about a lot of like modern and ultra modern. Even when you get into like PSA 9s, PSA 8s, that value drops down tremendously. And to try to reap a profit on those is really difficult after you take into consideration all of your shipping costs, your grading costs, and then potentially your seller fees as well if you're selling on eBay, Mercari, places like that. So to answer that question, man, I think it just really boils down to the type of card that you have and, just taking a look at, okay, what is a potential profit margin on this given its particular grade? Pikachu TCG, welcome to the house, my friend. Welcome to the navigation station. Trading cards and more, what will the 25th anniversary set have? It's a really good question. Really good question. Not too sure yet. We all thought that Shiny Star V was going to be the 25th anniversary set, and that hasn't been the case. It's been confirmed that the 25th anniversary will happen fall of next year. And this is where the whole conspiracy theory around evolutions, I think, sprang from. If you go to that Poke Beach article talking about the 25th anniversary, I think this is where this rumor started. But for me, I'm thinking 25th anniversary set, probably something, maybe similar to Generations. As I've said before, I would really like to see if they're going to do another Evolutions-esque type of set. Then I would like to see a Neo reprint. 2021 will be the 20th anniversary of Neo Genesis. So I think that would be an ideal time to maybe look into reprinting some of the old Neo sets. I think that would be an awesome time to do that. But at this point, it's just pure speculation. So that's all we can really do. Tim Witzman, any rumors on when the special delivery Charizard is coming out? I haven't heard anything yet. To be honest, my thoughts on it, I think it'll actually be available in February. I think they'll probably release it around the same time as the 25th anniversary, release it in the same month. So release it in February, and then just kind of hype up Shining Fates and some of the other products that they've got coming out during that time even more. Give people even more of an incentive to go to Pokemon Center and buy those products. Pikachu TCG says, do I need to have a resale license to sell singles? So it all depends on your state. If you're going to be selling products online, typically you do need to have a reseller's permit. It's pretty easy. I mean, each state's a little bit different, but usually all it takes is getting a tax ID number. Sometimes you can just use your social security number for that in place of actually getting like a business ID, and then just getting your reseller's permit. Good way to make sure is to just contact your state department. So for here in Arizona, it's the Arizona Department of Revenue. Anytime that I've had questions about this kind of stuff, I just always call them, and they let me know exactly what I need depending upon what type of products I'm looking to sell. Now, I believe for the most part, if you're just looking to, sell secondary market products, so vintage products, things like that, you may not need a reseller's permit. Now, don't take this for sure, but I know that if you're wanting to work with wholesalers, distributors, you definitely need a reseller's permit, and you need a tax ID number in order to work with them. JB Dope. Oop. Hold on. I'll get to your question. If I can find it. Now I can't find it. I will get back to it. The live chat just skipped down. There's a lot more. There's a lot more questions coming in. So JB Dope, go ahead and put your question in one more time so it comes to the bottom of the list, and I'll be sure to answer it for you. I don't want to skip it. PokeRev's left AirPod. Hey, PokéNav, Shining Legends or Hidden Fates? At this point, I would actually go more with Shining Legends. Hidden Fates, I mean, granted, I think we're supposed to have the reprint of the ETBs early next year. Haven't really seen much more on that, to be honest. Haven't seen any more developments or any more news. But as things stand now, I think Shining Legends is, as far as like sealed products are concerned, Shining Legends hasn't had any reprints. The ETBs on Shining Legends have climbed tremendously. Just a couple months ago, I was finding those in Walmart and Target for, I think, like $40, if that. I think they were even having them on sale, and now, last I checked, I think they were going for over $200. So Shining Legends has definitely seen a big resurgence, and so I think at this time I would rather go with Shining Legends myself. Alex Perez says, what do you think about the Salamence V Jump card from 2012? I'm not exactly sure, or I'm not familiar with that card in particular. Let me go ahead and take a look. I don't want to give any advice on something that I don't know. That's from Plasma Blast. I already like the... I think this is the card we're talking about here. Or maybe not. Let's see here. V-Jump Magazine. Salamence Reverse Holofoil. It's a Prism card. Looks pretty cool. Seeing... Let's see what eBay's got it going at. Let's see, I'll bring you guys over. Go to eBay. Let's see. Okay, so it's a black and white promo. Okay, V-Jump Magazine. Ooh. Not bad. BGS 10, Pristine 10, $300. Let's see, this is another PSA 10, 47. So it looks like there's a little bit of disparity. I mean, black and white era. I like black and white promo cards. I like. Not too familiar, like I said, with this particular card. But it looks cool. It looks cool, and it's unique. I mean, it's coming from a magazine. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Koro type of cards. So yeah, I think this could definitely have some potential. You know, just that some of the characteristics that I'm looking at here, I think that definitely could have potential. All right, let's see. And I come back and there's a lot more questions in here, and this is why I can't get to all of them. Pikachu TCG says, would you ever consider a mentor type thing? It's actually something that I've been considering. In the last live stream Q&A, gave you guys some insights on where I thought the channel was heading, different things that I wanted to do, and one of the things that I have in mind is actually doing more of like a one-on-one consultation type of thing, where, you know, once I get the website up and running, might be something that people can schedule and can have more of like a one-on-one sit-down conversation with me, kind of go over their portfolio, so to speak. You know, similar to like what I used to do as a financial advisor, you know, something very similar. Go over, you know, what your goals are, short-term, long-term goals, and just try to help people build up their business. So definitely something that I've considered, and it just really all depends on time and how much of it I'm actually going to have. Jay says, did you put any pre-orders in for Shining Fates? No, I did not. And that's something that I talked about in the podcast as well. To be honest, right now, I'm not worrying about the pre-orders. And one of the things that I wanted to discuss here tonight is, you know, this whole hype around the pre-order and people paying 20, 30, 40% premium or markup on pre-order prices. And guys, I'll be quite honest with you, to me, that's just feeding into the hype and allowing people to charge, you know, these type of prices. For most people right now, for most retailers, they don't even have their allocation numbers. They don't even know how much product they're actually going to be receiving, but yet they're putting out these massive pre-order, you know, these massive pre-order numbers on their websites. And I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of people that get disappointed with the fact that they're not going to be getting the amount of products that they want. And so right now I'm just sitting by the wayside. I'm not putting any pre-orders in. And, at some point, once we get the website up and running, more than likely I will be getting my reseller's permit as well to go ahead and resell or to work with a distributor. There's one here in the Phoenix area that I had worked with in the past, known as GTS Distributing. And so I will probably work with them again. But again, if I was in this situation, I would definitely wait until my allocation numbers came in before I started listing anything on my website. And any of the good vendors out there, any of the good retailers, you've heard that. I mean, they don't have it on Troll and Toad, TCG Player, DA Card World. They haven't listed it yet, and that's because they're waiting on their allocation numbers. And even smaller guys, they're just waiting to see what they're actually going to get before they start listing those products for sale. So I think that's only the smart thing and the ethical thing to do as well. Hyped Cards, hey, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I'm glad to hear that you enjoy the content. Will special delivery Charizard hurt or help the value of special delivery Pikachu? You can look at it two ways. I mean, it's a Charizard, so it seems to always trump everything else. But at the same time, you could look at it as, collecting or investing in the set. So maybe you get both cards, you get them graded, both come back in a PSA 10. You hold on to it for a few years and then maybe sell them as a set down the road. So, that could definitely be a good thing and could actually help to increase the value of the special delivery Pikachu. Banana Zero says, do you think Shining Fates is good for holding on long term? Yeah, I think long term, long term. Again, with modern and ultra modern, with as I said before, and if any of you missed it in the beginning of the live stream, one of the things that has prompted this discussion about modern and ultra modern products and if it is a viable investing decision for the long term is the amount of people who are hoarding these products right now. So to me, when we're looking at modern and ultra modern, for me in the past, a long-term time horizon was about 10 years. But now I would say that for modern and ultra modern, you're probably looking at a 15 to 20 year time horizon before prices even get close to what we've been seeing with other vintage products, Wizards of the Coast, E-Series, EX era, things like that. It's probably going to be 15 to 20 years just based upon the amount of product that has been stockpiled, I guess you could say. So it's going to take more time. The thing that modern and ultra modern have going for it, I would say, is this market can be really fickle. People can be really fickle, and if we go through a downturn in the market, if we go through another period like 2005 to 2015, the slump in Pokemon, you're going to see a lot of those people escape the market. They're going to try to sell their products off as quickly as they can, and then also, with the proliferation of social media, more people opening up products, who knows? That stockpile of products may dip down pretty significantly over time, and then we don't really have to worry about the stockpiles that we're currently seeing. So I would say Shining Fates, probably 15 to 20 year time horizon. But there's other products out there that, just most recently I was talking about the Vivid Voltage build and battle boxes with the Charizard promos in there. It's an example of a modern product that I think has good upside potential in the short term. So 1 to 5 years, I think that you could probably see a decent return if you were to invest in that now. Maybe try to sell it in, probably more like 3 to 5 years. But yeah, I think that, anything has potential in the long term. It's just that, with a lot of these products now, it's just going to take even more time than what we've seen in the past. And just to put that into perspective, guys, if you think that's a long time, base set unlimited booster boxes. 1999, they were going for $100. They sat at $100 for about 6 or 7 years. And earlier this year in 2020, they were going for a few thousand. So it essentially took 21 years for them to go from $100 to a few $1,000s. So that's just something that you have to put into perspective and, kind of rein in on your expectations of investing in modern and ultra modern. And my boy PokeFuel, what is going on, my man? Welcome back in. It's good to have you here. ML says, are there any graded special delivery Pikachu cards yet? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. I'm not aware of any, but that doesn't mean that there isn't. I would doubt it just because of the backlog for PSA or some of the other grading companies, but maybe we could have a CGC. All right, let's see. Special delivery Pikachu PSA. It does not look like it. I'm looking at sold listings right now. Let's take it off of that, see if there's just anything listed. Nope, it does not look like it. And like I said, I would be really surprised if there were, because that would have been a very, very quick turnaround. But man, I'll tell you what, these people got them going for quite a bit. Let me go back to the sold listings and see what they're actually selling for. Gosh, 80, 68, 75. It's just crazy. Just crazy. And again, guys, this is what I'm talking about here. Like, you get one of these when you order from the Pokemon Center. It's not like this is an extremely rare card by anyone's standards, but people are just falling into the hype and they're paying, these exorbitant prices out on the open market. It's just crazy, when you could go on to Pokemon Center, pick up some packs and, have it sent to you along with your package. It's baffling to me. And that's where I say, like with the pre-orders for Shining Fates, if you pay those premium prices, you're just going to fall right into that hype. You're going to proliferate that hype and, keep these prices up, to where they're just insane, really. They're just insane. ML saying, you and Twice Baked Jake are my favorite PokeTubers. I just recently found out about Twice Baked Jake. Actually, Jules was the one that introduced me to him. And he's got some good content. I have to say, he's got some good content. And we would love to have him on the podcast. So if you guys want to see something like that, then if you're on his channel, make sure to mention it in the comments that you guys would like to see him on the Pokemon Purveyors with Jules and PokéNav, because we would love to have him. We would love to have a conversation. Igor Messer saying he's been getting the Toys R Us promo cards. Good investment. Yeah, I was talking about those in, I believe, last month's undervalued Pokemon card series. I definitely think those are good investments. Now, I know, I guess Toys R Us is still in business in Canada, from what I understand. I don't believe there are any here in the States. So that's just something that kind of gave me the indication that these might be valuable long-term investments. You got a business that is no longer a viable entity anymore, and so people will potentially look back on these products with reverence of remembering the days when they went into Toys R Us and were able to get these cards. So yeah, I think Toys R Us cards, I think they're definitely a good long-term investment. My name is Cade says, do you think modern master sets are a good investment or better off with individual cards? I think that, if you're able to complete a master set, I think master sets are always pretty valuable. There's a lot of people out there that would love to have a master set, especially if you've got them all in a particular condition. That's always going to be valuable no matter what set it is. But then there are, better individual cards in certain sets than others, other than maybe Steam Siege. I don't even know of any cards in that set that are, I think the most valuable card in Steam Siege is only in the double digits, maybe 30, 40, 50 bucks, PSA 10 type of thing. So, most sets, individual cards, there's going to be at least a few in there that are kind of the home run hitters. But yeah, if you're able to complete a master set, I think that there's plenty of people out there that would love to have that. So if you're able to do it, more power to you, and you probably have a good investment on your hands. So PokeFuel says, what are your thoughts on the pop count and value of a BGS 10 Champions Path Charizard V and VMAX? There's more and more coming to the market, guys. Again, I've got a video dropping on Monday. It's this month's undervalued Pokemon card series, and we've talked about it in a podcast as well of popularity versus rarity. So I think this is an example here of the Champions Path, the Charizard V, Charizard VMAX, which I'm actually surprised that there's as many BGS 10s as there are. But this is again an example of popularity versus rarity, because there's a lot of other cards out there that are much more rare that are selling at a discount to some of these cards. And to be honest with you, from Champions Path, those cards did not seem, I never pulled them myself, but they did not seem like they were that difficult to pull. Seemed like people online on social media were pulling those, it seemed like left and right. And actually Champions Path seemed like a pretty decent set as far as card quality goes. And especially if you're looking at the Japanese, if we're looking at Shiny Star V, the Shiny Charizard V in that set, the quality is really good. So it's really no surprise that you're kind of getting an inundation of these cards onto the market. And again, that's an example of, and you guys will see on Monday in that undervalued series, there's a prime example in there of popularity versus rarity. And that not to say that it's not a good thing to invest into popular cards, because by them having notoriety and more popularity, sometimes that gives it value in and of itself. But if you're really looking for something that has deep inherent value, you want to look more on the rare side, and sometimes that's products that people don't even know about. And there's plenty of Charizards out there that are actually more rare than the ones that we've been seeing and that you guys are familiar with, that again, they're selling at a discount. So that's just kind of a hint of what you can expect in that video on Monday. But PokeFuel, good question, my friend. I appreciate that. All right, we got people saying they're gonna mention it in Jake's comments. So good. We would, like I said, we would love to have him on. Seems like a knowledgeable guy. Seems like a good-hearted person. Those are the kind of people we'd like to have on. 10 p.m. Pedro says, going to GameStop soon to put money down on Shining Fates products. I was talking about earlier about the pre-orders. I mean, guys, if you can get your pre-orders at MSRP, then more power to you. By all means, go ahead and do so. But if you guys are paying a 20, 30, 40% markup, there's just no sense. There's just no sense in doing that right now. You guys have seen this kind of recurring cycle of, when a set releases, especially like a subset like Champions Path, as soon as the next set releases, in this case, we'll say Vivid Voltage, it's much more easy to find Champions Path products. Way easier out there, and the prices have dropped down significantly, and that's because people are just moving on to the next best thing. And so Shining Fates, I'm sure, is going to be a similar venture here, and by the time we get to the set that comes after that, and it'll probably be soon considering it's the 25th anniversary, it's not going to be difficult to find those products. Not to mention, as we move into 2021, I foresee that a lot of the problems that we've dealt with this year in 2020 that were unique to this year, pandemic, unemployment, all these different things, I think that's going to balance out in 2021. And so I think all in all, it's going to be a lot easier to come by products when we get into next year. Fosgate Dean says, have you ever had a specific card you decided to sell of thinking the value was going to drop? If so, what were the signs you saw leading up to that decision? I've never had one in particular. I don't, much in the same manner like with the stock market. I don't really like to play the market in that manner. I don't like to try to speculate on highs and lows and drops. I basically the way that I go about it is I never want to be in a position where I feel like I have to sell. And if you have a card in your hand and you think, oh, its market's gonna drop, I should probably sell now, then you're probably in a position where you maybe financially you're not in a good place. Maybe your business isn't operating as it should, and so you're more pressured to sell if you think that there's going to be a dip in the market. But as far as signs go, I think there's definitely signs that that something isn't right. Prime example was the PSA 9 base set unlimited Charizard. I mean, you can't have over 4,000 cards, for a pop report and expect that card is just going to continue to climb. Now, granted, if there's 200,000 people out there that want a base set unlimited Charizard in a PSA 9, then that population doesn't really mean a whole lot. But to be honest, guys, I mean, just what we're seeing right now with massive print runs and things, that's how it was in 1999 with Unlimited. Massive print runs, that was the card everybody was wanting back then. There's a lot of these products out there, and I think you guys are going to see even more of that when these all of these grades start to roll in. As PSA kind of gets through their backlog, you're going to see more of these cards roll in. And to be quite honest with you, I mean, that's what you're more likely to pull if you do pull a Charizard, is a PSA 9 Charizard versus a PSA 10. So it's no surprise that, to me, that the prices have fallen. In that case, what I would do, I would say more than, sell and then just try to keep, the profit off of that. I would say look for the other undervalued investments out there. Again, the ones that are probably more rare, popularity versus rarity, more rare, and reinvest that into those products. And again, on Monday in that undervalued, that undervalued Pokemon cards, the last product that I talk about is a prime example of something that could have been done with those PSA 9 Charizards. And the other card, the other Charizard that I'm going to be talking about, is just increasing in value again and again and again. So that's just an example there of, when you see something that doesn't seem right, that's probably a good indication that it's not. So, just a lot of the time with stuff like this, you just have to trust your instincts. But you never want to be in a position where you feel like you have to sell if you think that the market is going to drop. Oh, here we go. Good question. What's your thoughts on Topps cards, long-term, short-term? Topps Chrome cards, I think, are a fantastic investment. Fantastic investment. Here a while back when I did another undervalued card series, I had people telling me that the World Championship Series decks, the cards that were in there, because they weren't viable on the competitive scene, that they were essentially invaluable, that they had no value to them because they couldn't be used in the competitive scene. Well, Topps cards can't either. These Topps Chrome cards, they're not viable for the competitive scene either. And look at the prices on many of these cards. They just continue to climb. Some like the Charizard, for instance, those early Topps Chrome cards, getting up there to, close to $1,000 or more in some cases. It's really crazy. I think that Topps is definitely a good investment, whether you're looking long-term or short-term. I think that they are one of the more undervalued investments. I mean, more people are starting to catch on to them, so they probably won't be undervalued or overlooked for long. But I think right now they're still a fantastic investment and something that you should definitely be looking out for. All right, let's see. Adelina's Adventure says, does PSA grade stickers? Stickers, I am not familiar with, my friend. I have no idea on that one. I just we were talking about the other day, Jules and myself. We were talking about the Ancient Mew cards and the fact that PSA grades the sealed. So, if you guys are familiar with the Ancient Mew cards, they came sealed in that individual plastic sleeve. And, the interesting thing is you could only see the back of the Ancient Mew card, and then it had another cardboard piece in there. And so I don't know how PSA is able to give a thorough grade on something like that when they can't even see the front of the Mew card. Very, very strange effects. TCA Game Man just recently had one of those sealed Ancient Mews up for sale on his eBay page, but yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. So if they're able to do that, who knows? They might do stickers as well. Stranger things have surprised me. Yeah, Kool-Aid Mick, he makes a good point here. I think I'm skipping Shining Face to catch up on Vivid, Voltage, and Champion's Path for a reasonable price. That's honestly one of the most intelligent things I've heard in a long time. Why not, guys? I mean, these sets get released so close together. Why not try to focus on completing, again, maybe if you're trying to complete a master set from a collection standpoint, if you're trying to maybe find some of those cards from Champion's Path, maybe the Charizards, maybe the Chunky Pikachu from Vivid Voltage, and you're trying to utilize those for an investment, why not focus on that and let the prices come back down to normal on Shining Fates? By the time you finish up Champion's Path and Vivid Voltage, turn around, get into Shining Fates for a reasonable price or at MSRP. So Kool-Aid Mech, that's actually a really, really good strategy, my friend. Tom Bystander thinks that Neo reprint is coming back for the 25th anniversary. I'm certainly hoping so. I think of all things, I think that would be the one thing that I would expect them to do for the 25th anniversary. If they want to do another Evolutions-esque type of set, I think that would be it. And oh man, I tell you, if you guys thought Evolutions was popular, then something like that would just absolutely kill it. It would absolutely kill it. Bad Heaven 22 says, what do you think will happen to a lot of these new B&M shops and online shops that started to sell Pokemon when they get Sword and Shield 5 and 6 so they can get allocations for 25th anniversary set? Let me read that again. Shops and online shops that started to sell Pokemon when they get Sword and Shield 5 and 6 so they can get allocations for 25th anniversary set. So I think your question is in relation to what I was talking about earlier about a lot of places, having pre-orders before they've actually received their allocation numbers. And I mean, you're seeing a lot of online stores and a lot of retailers pop up now. And I think people are just, they're trying to get some traction, which, they're trying to build up their business, but they're essentially promising things that they don't really know at this point. They don't have their allocation numbers, and so they're putting pre-orders out there without knowing how much product they're actually going to get. I still think that Shining Fates is going to be pretty allocated for the most part. I mean, we haven't gotten out of the pandemic yet. We're still, still a lot of people that are unemployed. There's not the manpower, the printing power. I think that Shining Fates will still be fairly allocated, similar maybe to what we saw with Champions Path. And, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to be disappointed. That are going to be disappointed because they've placed these pre-orders, some of them probably at a premium, most of them probably at a premium, and they're not even going to, maybe they got a pre-order for a case of ETBs, and, they find out that they can get one ETB. We've seen that in the past, and it's something that I think we could certainly see again. So, yeah, I don't know if that was exactly your question, but yeah, that's just kind of my take on that. All right, guys. So I think what we're gonna do now, we are, gosh, it's crazy. We're almost an hour in already. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and select our winner, winner 2.0 for that 5K giveaway. So first thing that I need to do is I need to go to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna go to that video. So let me go ahead and bring you guys in. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to that video. And this is the one that I was talking about here. So we're going to embed. Whoops, I don't want to embed. I want to copy. Okay. And just like before, we're going to go here to a random comment generator. Let's go ahead and plug that in. We're going to filter duplicate users. And we're going to filter it hashtag 5,000 navigators. All right, let's go ahead and get those comments. $363 unique comments here. So we will go ahead and we're going to go ahead and select our winner here. I think I'll do just like I did last time. I'll go ahead and select two. We'll pick our winner. If in fact they don't respond or if they're not subscribed to all three channels, then I will go to the next runner up. So good luck to everybody. You guys get a second chance at this, so hopefully the good luck is flowing your way. So let's go ahead and see who we've got. DJ, and his comment was, big congrats bro, 5,000 navigators. So DJ, if you are watching this, then you are our winner. Go ahead and just as before, go ahead and send me a screenshot of your channel so that I know it's you. You can reach out to me either on Instagram at Pokemon_navigator. Send me a DM there with your contact information, with your mailing address, or you can go ahead and send me an email at pokenav27@gmail.com, and I will get these products out to you. And we also got those two other ETBs from Commander Curtis. He is waiting patiently to get the address of the winner. So just in case we don't hear from DJ, let's go ahead and pick a runner-up. Samuel Park. He is our runner-up. And I am writing these down so I don't forget them. And he says, hashtag 5,000 navigators. Congrats on 5K PokéNav. Road to 1,000. All right. And again, Samuel, if you're watching this, if in fact DJ doesn't get back to me, then reach out to me as well and get me your mailing address. And yeah, you might still have a chance at those products. All right. So yeah, congrats guys. Looks like everybody is given a lot of congratulations here in the live chat. And I want to make sure you get these products out. You know, like I said, if somebody else isn't willing to accept them or want them, then I want to give you guys another chance, because I think they would be better suited in your hands than in mine. All right, let's go ahead and get into some more questions here. Let's see. Juicy says, what do you think the best Pokemon set is to buy at the moment? Ooh. Well, I'll be honest with you guys. So the sets that I'm looking at more closely than anything is a black and white era. Diamond and Pearl era, I'm looking at those as well. Well, I can tell you guys already, when we start doing the box breaks on the channel, we're doing black and white series. We're doing Plasma Freeze, Plasma Blast, Plasma Storm. You guys can get excited about that. Those sets, I think, are right in that Goldilocks zone. I think that they are poised for some really good growth, and those are the kind of products I want to give you guys the opportunity to get in your hands as well. Purchase those. You know, with the box breaks, it's nice because it's almost like purchasing a share of a company when you're purchasing those packs. And I'll give everybody the option for either having those packs opened or keeping them sealed. You know, obviously one will have a premium over the other. But yeah, black and white series. I think right now, in my opinion, I think Plasma Storm is probably the set that I've got my eye on most. To me, it's the best set for the value that it currently is and that I think it potentially has. I think Plasma Storm is right up there. And like I said, you guys can expect that you will be seeing that in the box breaks in the near future, and definitely going to have some of those products on the website as well. Let's see what else we've got. PokéNav says, I've noticed more small-time shops are also raising prices above retail price. Yeah, you know, it's, again, you know, the pandemic has hit them hard as well, guys. And so, you know, they're trying to stay afloat as well. So in some cases, you can't blame them. You know, it's just kind of a difficult time, to be honest. It's just kind of a difficult time to be a collector, especially for modern, ultra modern, because of the prices. But you know, we will weather it. Things will go back to normal, and we'll start to see things you know, have a little more normalcy. I think especially as we move into the latter half of next year. Yeah, a lot of people asking that question of what set I'm looking at right now. Adelina's Adventure says, would you recommend during the box break to open the packs or keep them sealed? I'm going to give the option to everyone. Well, essentially what I'm going to do is I will open up the box break to everyone who wants to get in to have their pack opened. You know, obviously with the box break, there is, you know, the aspect of, you know, giving you guys the opportunity to get into it, but there's also the entertainment aspect. And if I bust open a box of Plasma Storm and I say, hey, I've got 36 people that are keeping these sealed, it doesn't provide for a whole lot of entertainment. So initially what I will do is I will open it up to those who want to have their packs opened live. And then after that, I will open it up if, they don't all sell out at that point. Then I will open it up to those that would like to keep their packs sealed. So let's say that, we've got 30 people that want their packs opened live, and then we've got another 6 people that will be on a first come, first served basis, and they can keep their packs sealed. So that's basically how I will work that. So it really just kind of depends on, what the level of interest is, how many people want to have their packs open, how many people can purchase into the box breaks. And then beyond that, we'll just leave it up to everyone else who would like to keep their packs sealed. And again, these are the products that I'm opening, guys, at least in the beginning. I don't think they're going to be too out of range for most people. Most people, most of the packs will probably be, anywhere from, probably $20 to $100 a pack plus shipping, which I think is pretty reasonable for most people. If you go back and you try to, do a box break on a first edition, first edition Neo Genesis, first edition Neo Destiny, Neo Revelation, those packs are several $100s, and it's just out of range for most people. So I want to be able to open products that, one, I think are actually not to say that Neo isn't a good investment, but it is a good investment within a reasonable price range. So that's why I'm looking at, Diamond and Pearl and, Black and White, at least for a while. James Chris VA says, PokéNav ROI versus cash on cash, which is better for Pokemon? So I think what you're asking here, cash on cash, I think maybe asking from like a flipping standpoint, or return on investment, maybe a more long term. I think that realistically, you should have both. You should have both long-term investing strategies. You should have flipping a part of that can reinvest back into your overall portfolio. So I think it's not necessarily black or white, no pun intended. I think that you should have a combination of both. If I didn't answer that question to what you were asking, James Chris, just go ahead and clarify for me, and I'll get back to you. Paul LaVerge says, hey, PokéNav, just got here off of work. Hey, I wanted to ask, how about the 99 movie promos? Good investment. Your thoughts? Love those. Love the Pokemon the First movie promo cards, the Wizards of the Coast Black Star promos. Talked about those in an undervalued Pokemon card episode. I think that super nostalgic. Love those cards. One of the first cards that I ever got was a Black Star. It wasn't for the first movie, but it was the Wizards of the Coast Black Star promo Mew card. To my knowledge, probably the first card that I ever received. So I love those cards. I've got a personal attachment to those cards, and I think that over the long term, they definitely have good upside potential. All right, guys. So we are going to get to a few more questions here. We'll probably go about another 12 minutes or so. We'll probably go here till about 6:03 my time. We'll go to about 6:15 my time. Get a few more questions in. The question that I knew would come eventually tonight. Yang Power, do you think they will reprint XY Evolutions? A lot of rumors going around. Here's the thing, guys. I'll be right up front with you. I personally don't. I don't think they're going to reprint Evolutions. I've said that, from the beginning. To me, like what sense would it make to the Pokemon Company? Like I'm not looking at like what other people want. I think of it in the sense of like, from the Pokemon Company's perspective, what purpose would it really serve to reprint Evolutions? They said, when they're talking about, the rumors are saying that it'll reprint sometime late next year. By that point, guys, it's 5 years old. It's 5 years old. It's been out of rotation forever. It doesn't seem like there's any point. And also on top of that, you also have less manpower, you have less printing power. Why would Pokemon allocate its resources to reprinting evolutions when you've got the actual 25th anniversary set? Why would they reprint evolutions for that? It does not make any sense. To me, it would make much more sense to have an entirely new set that they're releasing in celebration of the 25th anniversary. To me, it makes no sense whatsoever that they would want to reprint evolutions at this point. And I think it's a lot of rumors, and I have not seen anything from any reliable source out there that that corroborates this rumor. So, in my opinion, I know I seem like I've got some like personal attachment to it, but I don't. I mean, if they reprinted evolutions, then it is what it is. I say, okay, I was wrong. But just based upon what I think Pokemon's perspective is, everything that evolutions has, it's 5 years old, it's out of rotation. I just don't see any reason why they would reprint it. Just doesn't seem that it would serve any purpose to the Pokemon Company. Bad Heaven 22, we will catch you later, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. PokeKid92 says he picked up a heavy Ho-Oh Skyridge pack for $1,500. What do you think? Good pickup. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, my friend. Let's see what those are going for. It seems like a good price just right off the top of my head, and if it was guaranteed heavy, then obviously those are going to garner a premium. So let's see. So there's some on here that are saying heavy. It's $1,350. Doesn't seem heavy. 17.52. Usually heavy packs are. Now, granted, these are only 9 additional cards. We're used to older Wizards of the Coast that have 11, so that would definitely have something to do with it. Yeah, that seems like it's about on par. Let's see. I'll look up heavy packs. It seems about right, honestly. Seems like it's right in that price range. I mean, these ones seem a little bit cheaper, but this was all the way back on December 10th. So, or that was yesterday. Gosh, I was thinking I'm a little bit lost in my sense of time here. But yeah, it sold for $1,275, and so maybe you paid a little bit of a premium, but it seems pretty on par with what's going out there, especially if it is a heavy pack, $1,500. Those cards in Skyridge, any hollows in there going for big money. So I think that you probably pulled the trigger correctly on that one, in my opinion. Maybe paid a little bit more, but you know what? To have that in your possession, sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's worth to pay a premium. I remember hearing Z&G Emporium say the same thing, that sometimes it's worth just paying the premium on products so that you can get it, especially when you're going back to vintage, not modern. It's definitely not worth paying the premium on modern, especially if it hasn't even been released yet. But for vintage products, sometimes it's better just to pay the premium. So John Pierre Encarnacion. How can you buy from a distributor person in Arizona? I am from Scottsdale. It'll be so glad to know about it. So the biggest thing, what I would recommend doing, John, is go to the Arizona Department of Revenue's website. What you'll need to do is you'll go on there, you'll create you'll get a tax ID number, and like I said, sometimes it's just as simple as setting yourself up as a sole proprietor. You can probably just use your social security number, and then you will need to get what is known as a transaction privilege tax. You will need to fill out that information. Basically what that means is at the end of the month, you will file a monthly report to the state of Arizona. So if you're charging, or you will be charging sales tax on your products, that sales tax then goes to the state of Arizona, because you don't pay the sales tax from the distributor. So you file a monthly report there, and then on top of that, you will fill out a reseller's permit. But as I said, if you have any further questions on that, the Arizona Department of Revenue, give them a call. I've worked with them in the past. They are really, really helpful, and they do a really good job of getting you the exact information that you need. But that's just kind of a heads up, to get yourself started. Professor Oak's Paradise says, I made my first major purchase yesterday for flip/investment purposes. It largely consisted of sealed product. Some of the gems included 22 Shining Legends, Flashfire, Stormfront, Phantom Forces, etc. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Those are some real bangers, honestly. And those are, again, other products that I definitely plan on doing box breaks with, having on the website. I love those, like I said, guys, with vintage getting so out of range, it's even getting out of range for me. I really at this point don't want to put down tens of thousands of dollars on, some of these booster boxes from WotC era, let alone, even some of the E series. A lot of these products, Diamond and Pearl, Black and White, even XY, Flashfire, for instance, I really feel like that's a good opportunity at this point for a lot of people. So, it's definitely, I think you made a good purchase there. PokeDynamics says, hey Nav, long time, first time here. What's your opinion on the Japanese Champions Path 6 20th anniversary set? Japanese I see what you're saying. Japanese Evo equivalent. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's take a look here. And again, this is one of those products, Japanese exclusive, that I think are always good buys at this point. You guys know I love evolutions, and the Japanese version I think is probably even better. Let's see what is actually out there. Let's see if there's anything. And you got a lot of these really cool cards as well. It's, you got the Pikachu card, you've got, here again, you got these booster packs, $140. Yeah, it's commemorative, guys. It's commemorative, it's unique, it's exclusive. Those are all things that I like to check off on my little rating scale of investable products. All right, let's get to a couple more questions here, and then we will call it a night. All right, let's see here. How would you grade, Jacob Cook says, how would you grade individually sealed cards? Would you open them or keep them sealed like Ancient Mew or Special Delivery Pikachu? Yeah, we were just talking about this earlier. And, to to be honest, like the Ancient Mew, it actually garners a premium when it's sealed. Ironically enough, again, I don't know how PSA comes to the conclusion on a definitive grade on that, but it actually garners a premium if it is sealed. And, so with something like that, I would say, it's probably better to just go ahead and have it graded in its sealed fashion. And I imagine Special Delivery Pikachu, probably a similar manner, probably will garner a premium as well if it is sealed. It's just strange to me. It's really strange that PSA actually does that, trying to grade it through those individually sealed pouches. Just real strange. But nonetheless, it does seem like it garners a premium in that state. So that it's like I said, stranger things have surprised me. But yeah, that's what I would say. Get it graded in its sealed fashion. All right, JJ, you are going to be our final question for the night, my friend, because he's persistent. Which modern set do you think is the best in buying, that has the best pull rate and value? So we're gonna say modern. We're gonna say within the last 5 years. So that would take us all the way back to 2015. So I think personally, as far as pull rate, taking both of those together, pull rate and value, Evolutions probably has the best pull rate of any set within the last 5 years. And there is a lot of cards in there that are quite valuable. Obviously, you've got, 4 Charizards in there. You've got Mewtwo, you've got Dragonite, you've got all these cards that are quite valuable, and even in a PSA 9 going for over $100. Last I checked, booster boxes still hovering right around that $500 threshold. So I think that it's a good it's got a good pull rate and it's got a good value as well. So I would still say Evolutions, in my opinion. And I know you guys probably think, oh, here goes PokéNav again with the Evolutions, but I mean, it's just my opinion. But taking those two things into consideration, I really haven't experienced another set that does have the kind of pull rates that Evolutions has, as well as the value for the cards that you can potentially pull. So that's just my opinion on it. All right, and Adelina's Adventure is coming in with that super chat. Music volume was on point today. Thanks as always. Hey, my friend, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. JJ, hey man, I am happy to answer your question, my friend. I'm glad that that gave you some reassurance. And Nerd Angle says, stop hyping Evo. I really haven't hyped Evolutions. I've just honestly, back in May when I first started the channel, I was talking about Evolutions. And guys, I think by now, I just kind of call it like I see it. Really, like I don't have any personal attachment to any product. I'm not selling anything to anybody. I just call it like I see it. And I think that's what people kind of respect is I'm just basically giving you my opinion as I see things in the market. And, that's what I see with Evolutions. If Evolutions tanks, if Evolutions gets reprinted, then so be it. So be it. That's just what happens. And I will re-strategize. Maybe at that point it's better to, maybe hold it for a longer period of time. Then maybe it's another 10 plus year time horizon investment. Maybe it's better to, sell off some of the individual cards. But that's the thing. I'm not tied to any one strategy. I'm not tied to any one thing. I adapt and I change as the market changes. So, all right, guys, I think that is going to do it for tonight. I appreciate all of you guys for being here, And again, congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to them. If you guys are watching this on the replay, then definitely reach out to me and let me know your contact information. Let me know your mailing address, and I will get those products sent out to you. I'll let Commander Curtis know as well, so he can get those other 2 ETBs sent out as well. And I look forward to getting those in your hands. And again, guys, I appreciate all of you here as well. Appreciate you guys being here each and every week. I will see you all again next week. But that will be the 18th. We will have another live Q&A next week on Friday, and then the Friday after that is Christmas, so we won't be doing one that day, but I will probably have a video set up for that day as well. And then we will jump right back into our live Q&As once again on New Year's Day, January 1st, 2021, almost here. Can't believe it, guys. This year has gone by so fast. But other than that, guys, I won't take up any more of your time. And again, congratulations to the winners. Look forward to getting those out. And all of you take care. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you all next week. Be looking for that investment video on Monday. And yeah, guys, appreciate all of you. Navigation Nation, you guys stay safe and keep on navigating. So other than that, guys, I will see you all next time. My name is PokéNav. I'm here to help you navigate the world of Pokemon one video at a time, and I will see you all in the next video.